Hi, this is Melissa with A Creative Journey with Melissa. Today I'm going to show you how to do a card. Unfortunately, it is a sympathy card. A crafty friend of mine lost her husband a few weeks ago. Unfortunately, I just found out about it. And sadly, I have to make another sympathy card. So with that said, I'm going to show you how to make it. We have some pearls right here. We have little pearls. They actually come like this. Let me show you what they look like this. So I just cut off the little edges. And then I have a card base. I have gray paper right there that's going to be cut and embossed. We have the little piece for the sentiment. And we have a piece of paper for sentiment, which I did not put in here, but I'm going to right now. So let me just add that cute little piece. Why not, right? We'll just improvise like we usually do. So that's an envelope. That's not going to work. Let me grab one right here. Oh, look, a piece of paper. Go figure. It's almost like I planned it this way. Anyway, so now we also have a piece of paper to stamp with. So there you go. You have some foam rectangles. We have the awesome stamp set here, which is Sign Language Sentiments 2. I love this stamp set. It is really fantastic, and it was designed to work fantastically with Sign Language Sentiments 1. And yes, there will be more coming. So don't worry, don't fret, I gotcha. Anyway, if you want to check out these stamps and others awesomely creative products, we have them at our website at www.acreativejourneywithmelissa.com and www.acjwm.com if you're like me and don't feel like typing the whole thing out. Yes, I think I could have had a longer name for my business, but if you go to my website and it says, if you click on About Us, you'll know why it is named what it is. And the short version is that A is for my son Austin, C is for my son Christian, J is for my husband John, and then it's with Melissa. So that's what that's all about. That's the short version. At any rate, you will also need a square punch, or you can use your trimmer and cut. We have a stamp block, we have our ink, we have a Cut-A-Bug embossing folder, and we have our ATG gun, which is the advanced tape glider, if you will. So you'll also probably need some scissors, so I'll throw that little piece right there, that little nugget of information. We've got those little scissors in case you need those right there. And I think that covers it. Now I'm going to show you what we're going to make. So hopefully you will enjoy it. It is a little bit different than what I normally make because it is a little bit different style than I normally do. My lovely friend, she is unbelievably talented, and she does a lot of flowery stuff and a lot of fancy floral, decorative, all that awesome stuff, which I enjoy, but it's not what I normally tend to gravitate to. So with that, I am creating something that's a little bit more fancy and less simple and clean than I normally do, because it is for her and not me, right? So this is what we're creating right here. This is a card, again, unfortunately a sympathy card, but it is a sympathy card made with our Sign Language Sentiments 2 that has So Sorry on there. And I think it's simple yet elegant, and I can thank my son and his girlfriend Giovanna for adding some ideas to it to add a few of the little pearls. They were very helpful in the design. I oftentimes will ask my fantastic family for their input because sometimes they see stuff I don't, and sometimes they see stuff I do, and sometimes they will tell me to keep it simple or add a little something or whatever. So that's what we did today, and so they were a great part of helping me out today. Anyway, so this is what we're going to make. It may look a little bit more complicated than I normally do, like I said, but I promise you, you can do this. Trust me. So we're going to start with this right here, which is the embossing folder. This embossing folder is called Label, and it's by Sizzix, and it's 658401. There's a close-up right there of it. We're going to do that. And then in that, of course, we need to use our Sizzix die cut machine. And we don't need our little platform like this yet. We will, but we don't right now. So we're just going to take this little cutie right here. We're going to take this little cutie right here. We're going to take a piece of the gray paper and just slide it right on there to make sure it fits, which it does. We're going to take this little cutie right here, which is the clear platform, and place that right on there, and we're going to run it through, crossing my fingers that my handle does not break as I do it. It has been known to do that, and if you didn't get to see that excitement, I believe it is video 1 or 2, I'm not sure, but I have to say, it's entertaining. So we've been doing quite a few videos. We've done 150 something. It might even be more than that at this point. But because I'm old and I don't have a great memory, sometimes I forget where I'm at and how many videos I do. So if you haven't checked out our videos before, be sure to do so because they're very entertaining. We do have a giveaway every week, but you have to claim it by 2 weeks that it's announced. Otherwise, you do forfeit your prize. So make sure that you respond, and that if you hear your name or see your name, make sure you check it out. You do need to check it out. I do not notify people because I figure if I'm giving you the prize, you could check out the blog and see if you're a winner. I realize that sometimes people get frustrated with that. I apologize, but I figure if I'm giving you a prize, you can check it out. And if you're signed up for my blog, you should be getting an email and just need to check to see if your name's on there. That's all. Anyway, so we're going to make this right here. We're going to emboss it. I just thought it made it a little bit more interesting, gave it a little bit more texture to it. So we're just using this little embossing folder. So we're going to slide that little die cut in there. We're going to now get the platform out, and we're going to open it to tab. I believe we're going to do this tab. No, not this tab. Just kidding. Ha ha ha. We're going to open it like this, because here is where it says embossing folder. So that's what I'm going to do, is follow the directions for a change. I'm normally a rebel, but I'm going to follow directions because I should, right? So they say anyway. So we've got this here. We've got the platform. We've got the embossing folder in there. We've got the clear platform. We're going to close that like this, like a sandwich, and roll it right through. And that's what we're doing. So we're running that right through like so. So that's done. And we have this beauty right here. And that's what it looks like after it's been embossed. Pretty cool, huh? I like it. I think it came out pretty neat. Pretty neat. Okay, so we have that. We don't need this beauty anymore. So I'm going to get it out of my way. And out of yours. We do need this, however. And my squeaky little chair. So we have this beauty. We're going to take out our card, and we're going to take our ATG, which is our advanced tape glider, and we're going to put this with adhesive on the back. So we're just going to put a little bit of adhesive, like so. Doesn't have to be exact, just needs to stick. So put that aside. And I am doing it a little bit, in the center, but a little bit off center. So, got little fuzzies on there. So centered this way, but not this way, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. And I think that looks pretty good. Yep, I think that'll do. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take paper and we're going to stamp. And with that cute little piece of paper right here, we're going to take out our awesome stamp set, which, like I said, is Sign Language Sentiments 2. And it's really awesome if I can find it, because if I do, then I can stamp with it, because that always is helpful if I have the actual stamp set so that I can stamp with it, which makes it very exciting and helpful. Yes, always helpful to have the stamp set ready. A miracle, I had it, I just did not see it. So now I am looking for my awesome block that I had right here, but I don't see that either. It's going to be one of those videos, people. I really believe this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our block and we're going to take the stamp that says so and the stamp that says sorry, and we're just going to pull it right off of here and right off like that. Okay, so we're going to put that backing back on, set it aside. So what I'm going to do here is line it up on the line that's on the block, which I love, So we're going to do it like this. And then we're going to do this so it's lined up like so. Let's make sure it looks straight. That looks pretty good, except I do have a piece of fuzz on there. Okay, fuzz is gone. Looks good. See that, people? You like that? I think it looks pretty good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take, whoops, we're going to take the ink and we're going to ink this like so. And we're going to push it down on the paper. I'm going to make a few of these. Hopefully I'll never have to use them again. Wouldn't that be great if we didn't have to send sympathy cards? Because it's one of the things I don't like. I like to do cards, but sympathy cards are not ones I like. For obviously the reason of why I'm sending them. You never, ever, ever, ever can give a card that will help anybody going through something that's this difficult, much less the loss of a husband. So I am going to make a few extras just so I have them handy. And maybe I need to apologize to somebody. Maybe that'll happen. And then I can, hopefully it won't happen. Hopefully I won't be making mistakes and disrespectful so where I'd have to. But if I did, I would have it ready. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take out our awesome square punch. And this is how I punch my items here. Makes it easier. So we're just going to take it like this. And I think that looks pretty good. Pretty straight. And punch it out. I will save the rest for later so that I don't have to punch those out with you guys. But you at least get the idea. Now, I also already have cut out some cute little squares for us here. I believe it is, I don't remember, truthfully. Let me look. Where is my, you know what, I'm just going to use this block here. Let me just do this. This stamp block right here, I can use it, it's a little fuzzy, but I can use it as a measuring tool. So we have one that is 2 1/4 inches, and we have one that is 2 inches. So this one, the actual mat, is 2 inches. This is 1 3/4, so it's 1 3/4, 2 and 2 1/4. So they stack very well together. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on it, and then I will put it on the middle of this one, which works and mats perfectly, right? Looks good, huh? I like it. And then we're going to turn that baby over and put adhesive on the back of that one. And then that mats and looks perfect also. And the thing is if you happen to be sitting in front of the TV and you have some square punches, I would suggest you just punch a whole bunch of squares, because if you do that, you'll have a whole bunch of things that you can use for this exact item. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on our 3 pearls on the ends. So we're using a large pearl, blah, 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 blah. We're using a large pearl for the middle one right here. Push it down. We're going to use 2 little ones for right here. And if you're wondering, this right here is a quick stick. It's by Quick Cuts. It's the quicker picker, oops, it's a quicker poker picker upper. Try to say that 3 times fast. And then we have this one right here, like so. That's done. So those are done. So we're ready for that. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to show you what we have right here, and then what we're going to do. We have to take these cute little guys right here, along with our 3D adhesive, and we're going to make this happen. So what I did was I put 3 of these like so. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you get the point of how it's done. And then, so you got 6 Okay, I do not take off the adhesive yet, or the adhesive backing yet, because that way it's protected, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it, and I'm going to look at this and make sure, because I did it backwards the first time I did it when you didn't see it on video, because I was making it for myself for the sample, and so I had to redo it. So make sure that you're doing it on the correct side that you want it. So I don't want it on this side, I want it on this side. So I'm going to flip it over and take off this side of the protective part, like so. And then I'm just going to stagger these guys like this, and then a little bit like this, oops, and then like this. So we're just going to make it like so. All right, so we have that, and that's done. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these off. Oops, it got a little stuck to me, which is why I don't like to take this off typically, because it will stick to me. I need to put a little bit extra height here, because with these little stems, it makes it a little bit higher. So it's important that I can make it kind of an even surface. So that's what I did. And also what I did on mine was I took this ATG and I ran some more adhesive on top of it to be sure it would stick onto the card once I put it down. Okay, like so. All right, so then we have that there. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to simply take off this protective part right there and turn it around. It looks good to me. You could play with it a little bit if you want, maybe make it a little bit floofier, if you will. My son sometimes has hair that's a little bit floofy, and I call it floofy. I like that word, floofy. If you haven't heard it before, it means fluffy and foofy all at the same time. And yes, I'm going to trademark it anyway. So we're going to just put this like this. And I think it looks good. I hope you think it looks good too. It doesn't even have to be centered. It can be off a little bit if you want, or whatever you want. I'm going to just actually, I'm going to pull this one over here a little bit and pull this one over here a little bit, like so. There we go. That's better. I think that looks a little bit better. One more thing here. I'm so close. There we go. That's better. Like that. And then that. Yeah. Played with it a little bit more. How you like that? Okay. So we've got it like so. And we're just going to put it down. Looks good to me. Just maybe move this part over a little bit more before I put it down. There we go. Like so. So those are the cards that we created. And this is the stamp set we used to do that. Pretty cool, huh? So I hope that you know that although creating sympathy cards are very difficult, I know that it means a lot to those loved ones that you're sending them to when they have a loved one that they've lost. It is very difficult. But somehow I have to believe, and I know from speaking to some people, that it does at least put a smile on their heart temporarily when they get something handmade like this. So again, my thoughts and prayers go out to Marissa and her family. And just remember to kiss and hug the ones that you love and tell them you love them. And spend time with those that are really, really important. And ignore the minutia, because it's not worth it. The small stuff is just not worth it. And that's all I got. So I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we appreciate you taking the time. And we hope you enjoyed going on a creative journey with Melissa. Be sure to be subscribed to our YouTube channel and to our blog post and email so that you can be entered to win prizes every week. And that's about it. Hope you have a good one. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.